Ladies and gentlemen, it just got worse. Just when you thought the drama between Remy Ma and Papoose had finally subsided, Remy decided to blow it all up again. During a chaotic, unannounced Instagram Live last night, Remy Ma revealed something that completely changed the course of events and turned Claressa from the side chick role into the main character of her own scandal. Remy came with screenshots, timestamps, and a voice memo that will haunt Claressa forever. Claressa Shields has been seeing someone new, and not just any man, a man who may have been standing right next to Papoose just a month ago. The sympathy Claressa had from fans was devastated, and he even posted Anne last night. Remy Ma lit the torch. A few weeks ago, the internet was split on both sides. Team Remy was dragging Claressa Shields for allegedly snatching up Papoose while the ink on his marriage wasn't even dry. Team Claressa clapped back, saying that Remy had emotionally clocked out ages ago and Pap was just moving on. This isn't just infidelity, it's betrayal with a twist. So buckle up, because if Claressa thought she had the upper hand, she just flipped the entire damn table. Welcome to Gossip Spell Vibe. At precisely 11:43 p.m., Remy Ma went live without warning, with no countdown or promo, just a black screen and her voice saying, "I hope y'all saved your sympathy for someone who deserves it." Within 2 minutes, over 40,000 people were watching. And the comment section was already on fire before Remy Ma's late-night Instagram. Liv revealed what she called federal-level receipts. Claressa has not only been romantically involved with Papoose, but she has allegedly been two-timing him with another man, not just in her orbit, but possibly in his circle. She even revealed her face when she did appear. She was calm, with her hair wrapped in a hoodie and no makeup. This isn't about defending myself. It's about telling the truth, because while you're out there painting that girl as a victim of a broken marriage, I've been sitting on what I found for weeks, and now you can have it. Then she flipped the camera to a laptop screen, and that's when things got deadly. She first played a muted, grainy, black and white security camera clip, showing what appears to be Claressa entering a luxury apartment building in Atlanta. Nothing crazy until a man entered behind her. And the camera timestamp was 2:36 a.m. The man who was purportedly Coach Dre's retired fighter and longtime friend of Papoose. Yes, that Coach Dre, who trained Papoose back in 2020 during his healthy era and who was last seen in Claressa's comments dropping fire emojis under a gym selfie. Remy paused the footage and stared into the camera, telling me again how loyal she is. The chat exploded. Coach Dre is no Pap's boy. The energy went from shy to shock in 3 seconds flat, and then she brought the real heat. In a voice memo, purportedly sent from Claressa to the same coach, Dre, a woman's confident, flirtatious, obviously unconcerned with being recorded. She says, "I told you he's too emotional. You understand how I move? That's why I'm here." Let's pause right there. This isn't just disrespect. This is betrayal with a Bluetooth connection, the type of Remy followed up with a text thread, one of which stated, "He thinks I'm still training. You've got 45 minutes before I head back." The identities were blurred, but the messages were there. "Doors unlocked as usual," was the response. When the view count reached 7K, celebrities began to appear on Simone Funkflex's live stream, including what appeared to be Joe Budden's burner account. Everyone was watching as if it were the Super Bowl, and Remy knew it. She leaned into the microphone and said, "You want to be the queen? Clean up your mess and wear the crown, sweetie. Handle the scandals that come with it." However, the internet was rocked by the moment Remy displayed a screenshot of a shared calendar between Papoose and Claressa. Yes, you read that correctly. In one entry from last weekend, it said, "Miami Recovery Weekend C." At the same time, Remy displayed a direct message from an unidentified source, purportedly a concierge at the Miami hotel, stating that Claressa checked in with a guest named Drillin, paid in full with a card belonging to C Shields Enterprises LLC. Remy closed her laptop silently and stared into the camera for a full 6 seconds before stating, "You can't play house with a man you're not finished cheating on, period. Let's rewind the psychology of this." Remy didn't just drag Claressa. She dismantled her image from victim to villain. From side chick to two-timing opportunist, and the personal petty receipts were perfectly timed. But where was Papoose? Was on his personal Instagram story at precisely 12:21 a.m. Not in the chat room, at the gym, or ghost posting love poems. About half an hour after Remy's live performance ended, Papoose shared a black screen with the caption, "You think you know someone. Then you see what they really stand next to when no one's looking. No tags, no names, just vibes." 2 hours later, he shared another story, this time a throwback photo of him and Remy at a 2018 Grammy event. There was no caption, just a picture of them smiling and holding hands, matching. And fans immediately understood that he wasn't just hurt. He was hurt. The sentimental tweets went into overdrive. One user wrote, "Papoose looking at old photos like a Drake album cover." Another said Pap went from defending Claressa to dropping cryptic heartbreak bars within a matter of... And then came the cherry on top. Claressa's silence, total radio silence. No comments, no response, not even a cryptic repost. That's not just suspicious, it's confirmation without confirmation. Meanwhile, blog pages started posting side-by-side timelines. Claressa's Miami gym check-in, Coach Dre's tag location, and the matching hotel wallpaper in both their stories. It wasn't speculation anymore. It was social media forensics. And just as fans were digesting this mess, another leak surfaced. An alleged text from Papoose to Claressa sent earlier this week. It read, "I told you I left my marriage for truth. I wasn't expect you to lie to it." That hit harder than any punch Claressa ever threw in the ring. By this time, Claressa's comments were locked, and Papoose erased half of his page, Remy. She shared a picture of herself at brunch with the caption, "Unbothered, unbooked, and unavailable icon status." However, the chaos wasn't finished yet, as just before the evening was over, an anonymous source sent a screen capture to the shade room of a FaceTime call between Claressa and an unidentified male voice, in which she said, "Remy doesn't matter. I run my own name now." That was all fans needed to hear, and it turned a scandal into a war just when the dust was beginning to settle. One last twist was revealed in the comments section of a viral video of Rhee's live performance. Someone claiming to be Coach Dre's close friend wrote she'd been playing both of them. Pap isn't even the only one she lied to. That comment received 14,000 likes in just 2 hours, and now everyone is wondering, who is this third man? Is Claressa really acting recklessly, or was this all a setup from the beginning? Whatever the truth is, it was only a matter of time before someone else joined the chat, because it isn't just Remy's story anymore, or perhaps heartbreak. This is becoming something even bigger. As we speak, there are rumors that Claressa is being dropped from a major brand campaign because of integrity issues related to last night's receipts, corporate level, and the next chapter begins now. The fallout from the Miami hotel scandal not only damaged Claressa's reputation, but it also ignited her entire brand within 24 hours of Remy Ma's Instagram Live. By the following morning, Claressa's face had vanished from the landing page of a major sportswear brand's campaign, a partnership she had just announced 2 weeks earlier. Insiders started to leak that the brand was worried about public backlash and a lack of alignment with family values. They saw the screenshots, heard the voice note, and decided not to be involved in the circus. An alleged internal email stated that the brand would be pausing all digital assets involving, according to sources. Claressa was supposed to make up to $250,000 from the campaign alone, not including bonuses linked to digital reach. And now she's losing money before she's even had time to deny anything. Meanwhile, Papoose remained incredibly silent, with no interviews, no lives. and no follow-ups to his mysterious Instagram story. But fans noticed something on his Spotify profile. An unreleased freestyle called Lost Loyalty was added to the list of upcoming tracks. The cover featured a black and white image of a boxing glove hanging from a broken microphone stand. As if that wasn't enough, someone sent in a photo to a gossip blog that showed Claressa and Coach Dre leaving an Atlanta restaurant. The caption beneath the leak said, "She doesn't even care, Pap played himself." The photo was purportedly taken just 3 nights ago after all the drama had gone public. And the source claimed that they weren't hiding rather. They were smiling and striding like they owned the neighborhood. The thread was full of screen recordings of itinerary plans purportedly sent by Deems, as well as a message that said perhaps he is too slow to realize he was a campaign. Whether or not it was real, nobody cared. This was done as a temporary, strategic and expedient measure for image rehab. The internet ran with it. By nightfall, the hashtag Pap promo trended for 6 hours straight. Then came Rhee's next move. She posted a throwback video clip with no caption of Papoose rapping on a rooftop, spitting a line about loyalty over fame. Fans flooded her comments with praise. One even wrote, "She didn't need to say a word, she posted the fact." Even though it was beginning to feel like an admission, Claressa had not yet spoken, but late that evening, someone else did. Coach Dre's verified account shared an Instagram story with the simple caption, "I'm in the business of fixing broken people, not breaking homes." He followed it with a selfie in the gym, shirt off, flexing. Comments were disabled. That post didn't help him. If anything, it sent him straight into the mess hall of public dragging. Within an hour, a new meme went viral. A screenshot of his quote over a photo of an actual home being bulldozed with the caption, "Fixing people by wrecking everything around them." In the meantime, a blogger in the music business said that Papoose had canceled a planned studio session with Fat Joe and Scram Jones. The source did not provide an explanation but claimed that he was not informed. Space to wrap right now, and this leads us to the bigger picture because people started making connections as this story progressed. Remy's fans shared clips of old interviews in which she talked about loyalty being her love language and Papoos's. Supporters unearthed his BET Awards tribute to her, calling it the moment he gave everything. Then, the dam really broke another leak, this time from what is believed to be the Dropbox, where an unidentified user uploaded a 40-second screen recording purportedly showing a FaceTime call between Claressa and another man at Papoose. Coach Dre, in which she is wearing a hoodie and she talks about how Pap is too emotional and that men like him always self-destruct. Fans said it sounded like a famous people who had previously seen the music producer with Claressa were wondering, was Dre the only one? What began as a triangle abruptly turned into a complex web of scandal, with a woman at its core claiming to be the victim and now being accused of being the mastermind. Naturally, Remy was unconcerned, posting a meme of herself drinking tea, with the caption, "It's crazy when the truth finally stops knocking and kicks the door in." However, it was Papoose who finally posted a 2-minute video on his Instagram page without an introduction or any embellishments, showing him sitting in a hoodie in the driver's seat of a car. Stated, "I stayed silent because I was hoping. What I saw wasn't true. I've always tried to. The thing that hurts the most isn't what happened, but rather that I left a queen for someone who didn't even know how to be real." He paused and said, "I'm not here to be a victim. I made choices. But damn, I didn't think I was just an image for someone's career boost." He concluded by saying, "To anyone going through something right now, take your time, heal. And don't lose yourself trying to be somebody else's come-up." The video went viral in less than 15 minutes, with clips reposted to every blog. Celebrities like Taraji, Pete Hennon, Angie Martinez, and Charlemagne even posted it with the caption, "Real one, no fluff." For the first time since the drama started, people stopped laughing and began to feel sorry for Papoose on the internet, though Claressa had not yet made a statement. A cryptic tweet was posted on her page late that night that read, "Lessons learned, heartbreaks happen. I'll grow through it." There was no mention of names, no apology, no denial, just vague healing talk that left fans more confused than comforted, but the damage had been done. One of the most high-profile online relationship scandals of the year had fully unraveled. What was once seen as a spicy sidechick battle that had turned into a slow, painful collapse of trust, truth, and public image. Now, people were talking about what would happen next. Would Claressa respond to the accusations? Would Papoose take time off for music? Or would Remy finally leave the chaos? The internet hadn't even caught its breath when a new leak occurred. And this one wasn't just messy. It was devastating. Hours after Papoos's tearful video went viral, an anonymous Reddit account posted a blurry but legible screenshot of what appeared to be an NDA non-disclosure agreement. With the name at the top, Claressa Shields, and the signature at the bottom, Anthony Tone Baxter. Baxter may not immediately ring a chord, but once it went viral on Twitter, everything exploded. A mid-level producer recognized for discreetly ghost producing for some of the biggest names in hip-hop. He has also been associated with Remy Ma's former management team. According to the Reddit post, he signed an NDA last fall, allegedly to protect the privacy of their personal interactions with Sea Shields. The translation goes as follows. There was something between Claressa and this man, and they didn't want it to get out. Whether this NDA was real or not didn't matter. The internet was flooded with screenshots of scripture, threads, TikToks, and TikToks decoding every pixel. Then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any deeper, another receipt dropped. A Venmo payment history leaked. ALLEGEDLY, revealing a $600 transfer from Claressa to Tone Baxter just a month ago. And the note for the flight fans began connecting the dots faster than a true crime podcast. Why was Claressa leaving Tone Baxter? Why was the NDA? Why was the payment? And why was this all happening while she was supposedly developing a sincere and healing relationship with Papoose? At this point, the internet wasn't just speculating. It was looking into it. Someone made a Google Doc timeline that detailed every man Claressa had been spotted with over the previous 6 months, complete with photo evidence, location tags, and overlapping dates that gave the impression that Claressa had been seeing more plays than a boxing coach. Papoose had not responded to his most recent video. And there was one more thing, a quote on a black background. You don't always get closure. Sometimes you just accept the truth and keep walking. Fans, celebrities, and even Remy Ma reposted it, and sometimes you make sure they don't rewrite the story without you, she remarked in reference to her own story. Now this is where things get legal. According to a fictitious but spicy leak from a purported court insider, Remy Ma's team has filed a cease and desist against Claressa's camp. Not for defamation, but for misappropriation of personal finances. During the time she was allegedly involved with Papoose, the claim is that Claressa used shared assets from her relationship with Pap to support these other relationships. Meaning she was spending Pap's money while cheating on him? If this is true, it could lead to civil court damages and even public testimony. While dating someone she claimed to love, a major athletic supplement company reportedly suspended communication with Claressa's team. There was no press release or confirmation, but her profile was discreetly removed from their ambassador page. Is the third partnership to end in a week, and despite all of this, Claressa remains silent, making only a brief appearance on Instagram stories with a black screen and the words, "You only know what's leaked, not what's real." However, she misjudged the situation if she believed that would diffuse the uproar because, according to several witnesses, Claressa, Remy, Ma, and Papoose were all invited to a special exclusive meeting. As with everything else in this story, privacy was a concern. An attendee leaked audio from what they claim was a heated conversation between Claressa and Papoose. You can't hear everything, but you can hear Papoose saying, "You didn't just lie to me, you made me lie to myself." The event, which was hosted by a luxury magazine celebrating Black excellence in sports and music, was only open to artists, athletes, and insiders. After a little period of time, Claressa answers, "I never wanted you to be my hero, but I did tell you that I wasn't flawless." The audio ends there with no background information or images, but it was enough to drive supporters crazy, since by this point the public perception had changed and Papoose was receiving less attention. Remy Ma was portrayed as a man who cheated and more as a man who was vindicated, calm and unconcerned. And when asked for comment, Claressa's representatives declined, but the leak was enough to spark outrage online. One tweet read, "She really turned her own mess into a bag." The perfectly believable leak claimed that Claressa had been approached by a streaming network to star in her own documentary, working titled Damage Control. The show would allegedly follow her post-scandal journey, show therapy sessions, and include never-before-seen footage of her relationship with Papoose. Another wrote, "With a camera crew. You can cheat, lie, and make money only in America." However, the most terrifying answer came from Remy Ma, who tweeted the word "predictable," which brought the entire story full circle. It began when Remy was accused of losing her spouse and finished with Remy Ma is reportedly back in the studio recording a project inspired by lessons learned, losses, and liberation. There is no release date, but fans are calling it her redemption era. According to blogs, Papoose has completely stepped back from music and is planning a private retreat with no phones, no interviews, just peace. Claressa's future is uncertain. Some claim the scandal made her too toxic for brands, while others say she will rebrand, repackage, and bounce back like nothing happened, because America loves a good story. Villain if she owns it, but one thing is certain, this was not just gossip. It was a masterclass in how quickly the internet can turn on you, betray you, and bury you all in a single week. We watched, clicked, and commented because we know deep down that the drama never ends, it just changes names. So we ask, who really got played here? Was Remy Ma just a woman who was scorned? Or was she 3 steps ahead, waiting for the right moment to end a story that never served her? Was Papoose a man who was looking for pain and peace? Or did he voluntarily ignore every warning sign in the name of reinvention? Was Claressa Shields a misunderstood, ambitious woman who became entangled in 2 public lives? Or did she play every angle, treat every man like a stepping stone?